Directed by Jesus Franco, Bloody Moon. Original title, Die SGE Detodes, is a 1981 slasher film that sits at the intersection of European exploitation cinema and early 80s Jao-influenced horror. Shot in Spain and Germany, the film reflects Franco's characteristic blend of stylized violence, eroticism, and minimal narrative restraint. Premise: the story centers on a language academy in Spain, where a masked killer begins murdering female students in increasingly graphic ways. Years earlier, a disfigured young man named Miguel stabbed a woman during a sexual encounter and was institutionalized. After undergoing plastic surgery, he returns, his identity concealed, while a new series of brutal killings unfolds on campus. Style and tone: Bloody Moon is less concerned with procedural logic and more focused on atmosphere and shock value. The film features explicit gore effects, including one of its most notorious sequences involving a circular saw. Heavy nudity and voyeuristic framing, typical of Franco's exploitation work. A loose, dreamlike narrative structure rather than tight plotting. A synth-driven early 80s score that reinforces its pulpy tone. While often marketed as a slasher, it also carries traces of Italian giallo aesthetics, masked killer, sexualized violence, and heightened visual stylization. Critical reception: the film is widely regarded as one of Franco's more infamous entries due to its graphic violence. It faced censorship issues in multiple territories, particularly in the UK during the video nasty era. Critics generally dismiss it for weak characterization and narrative incoherence, but cult horror audiences appreciate it for its excess, sleaze factor, and practical gore effects. Legacy: within Jesus Franco's extensive filmography, spanning horror, erotic thrillers, and exploitation cinema, Bloody Moon represents his attempt to capitalize on the early 80s slasher boom. It remains a cult artifact of European grindhouse horror, valued less for craftsmanship and more for its unfiltered, transgressive energy.